Welcome to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 331, a Father's Day edition, I suppose. So, gentlemen, I believe there's a possibility that at least one of us may have a YouTube channel. In modern day and age, I consider it something of an inevitability.
Oh yeah.
See,
Well,
I feel like
who's
society
guilty?
I feel like society has progressed enough that you must not suspect people of owning YouTube channels. You must suspect people of owning podcasts, multiple, plural.
Yeah,
You know.
You're not wrong there.
those nasty, dirty fuckers. So, Pink,
Yeah.
are you the YouTube channel holder?
Oh, I'm a YouTube channel holder. Unfortunately, I will not be having anything coming out this week. I will not have a free day until Tuesday, the 18th, to actually record anything. I don't think so. Yeah, I might record some things and get them uploaded next week, but at the moment, there's nothing planned, nothing scheduled, nothing in the pipeline.
I see. Addy?
Well, on the main channel, scripting is still a thing, but on the second channel, Kingdom Hearts, of course.
The Eternal.
Yes. Then, on Wednesday, I wanna say, what the fuck is this game called? Wow. Good
You're
job,
playing World
Eddie.
of Warcraft?
No. It would be funny, like they since I've stopped playing World of Warcraft, they added nothing but furry species. So like,
Well, they did add.
Yeah.
Well, they've had the Pandarin and the Wolfen for like fucking forever
Yeah,
now.
no,
Haven't they?
that's the thing. I played in Lich King. Lich King had none of those. Cataclysm. I played for like 2 or 3 months. That's when they added the Worgen, who are the werewolf people. And then they added the Pandaren. My one friend who played WoW, who is the reason that I played WoW to begin with, literally brought his PC over so that I could play as a Pandaren for a bit. And then since then they added like 2 or 3 other like furry species. One of them is this small like squirrel creature.
Yo!
Oh my god!
Like they are gnome sized, and they have like they would be gnome sized, but they're technically like shoulder height to humans because of their ears.
Oh,
Like they just took a fucking character model from Terra and just put it in WoW, which like, you know, whatever. I'll go along with that.
I know they started doing like the mini races thing of like, you know, we got the fire dwarfs who are not playable from the start. You have to unlock the ability to make a fire dwarf character.
No, these are just when you make the character, you can choose them immediately.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason I thought they had to be unlocked.
I mean, let me check what the fuck they're called, and maybe I can actually post a picture of them. But yeah, as for the videos, in the meantime, yes, I am playing Slap Happy Rhythm Busters.
What?
I see.
Slap Happy Rhythm Busters is a rhythm fighting game for the PlayStation 1 that is Japan exclusive.
All right.
My mind has been blown.
And here's the thing, y'all, there's like 2 separate ways that I know of that we could play this together.
Is it on Fightcade?
No. Fightcade is
What the heck?
Fightcade is dragging its feet on adding PlayStation 1, but the person working on the way that they will include PlayStation 1 has like added lobbies already. So we could just download their client of the thing that will be put into Fightcade and then just do it ourselves.
Do you think that do you think Fightcade is perhaps spooked by the idea of doing PS1 because they think Sony might actually step in on that one?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Cause like even with for one, if Sony had a problem with the thing, like the thing that they're gonna be using is already a thing. I have the base version of that emulator on my laptop right now.
Huh.
No, the problem that I could foresee is ISOs for the consoles, which, like, that's a very gray area of, like, we're getting close to just being straight up illegal, but and then let's see what else could be. I mean, really it's just implementation, because the thing, like, rollback is working on the client that, or the emulator that I have. Someone got a rollback working because it's open source on a separate fork, and rollback works, but you still need to do matchmaking, and that's kind of like, it really feels like that's why they're dragging their feet, because the person is implementing matchmaking themselves, like, separately from Fightcade. But from what I can tell, Fightcade would need for that bit to be done completely, so that they can meddle with it, more or less.
I see.
What the fuck do you mean? They just added WoW just added fucking dragon people. All right, we'll come back to that. So also on Friday, Perfect Apocalypse continues, which, like,
Okay.
that series was very fun to record, because I said the damnedest things, and I also got to do voice acting.
Ooh.
Which, like, the first episode is already out. There's a point, like, separate from the parts that I timestamped from the whatchamacallit, for the best of compilation for this year. Earlier, like, literally in the opening monologue of the game, there's a point where I just channel Pink. Like, I make a noise that Pink would make in our playthroughs, and the thing is, like, that fit the character very well. I'm just not sure how I fucking did it.
The spirit of Pink definitely enters you at some point. If I had never met Pink, or rather, if we had never started podcasting, I would have never started saying "Oh Lordy."
Yeah. All right, so I guess the little guys. Oh, okay. Never mind. Those. So the guys I'm thinking of are technically Horde, but not really. They can be both. They're supposed to be Horde.
Oh,
but
awesome!
Yes. So
Evil squirrels.
that's the thing. They're not squirrels. They're Vulpera. They're small foxes. They're fucking whatchamacallit.
Oh, I think I
Like
did hear
dwarf
about
foxes.
these.
Yeah. They also have Mekhar orcs, which sound like someone is trying to pronounce Magyar, for one, and for two are totally not the Urukai.
Are they not skinny orcs?
I don't know. I mean, the small picture that I can see looks like they use the whatchamacallit. They went out of their way to use WoW's character creator to make an orc that someone might define as fuckable.
Well, don't World of Warcraft female orcs already kind of look that way?
I guess. Yes, it's just orcs with not green screen. That's it.
Oh, I thought there were already brown-skinned orcs, so, like, all over the place in World of Warcraft.
There weren't. Their skin colors were, well, for the time that I've played. Since then, maybe, I don't know, but in the time that I've played, orcs skin colors were green, teal, and red.
Red?
Yes, red.
Oh, right, World of Warcraft orcs used to work for demons or something.
Yeah. And there's also a character for W that I can see. Mechanome.
Yeah, I heard about the robot gnomes, and I thought that was hilarious.
Okay.
I mean, if I were to ever get started on World of Warcraft, which I don't see happening before World of Warcraft is done, I probably would start as a gnome at this point, just because I could play as a fucking gnome. Unless I play the Horde, in which case I'm going for the fucking goblins.
Yeah, the goblins, but also had in Cataclysm. I remember, like, I remember most of my time with them was just going, man, I wish there were more interesting characters than just zombies, troll.
Oh, the Jamaican trolls. That's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, like the weirdest part, honestly, looking at their list of races, the weirdest part here, since I haven't played, is that they just went, all right. So what if we give both main factions separate dragon people? These are not the same race, but they are both.
I mean, dragons can either be horrible monsters that burninate the countryside, or tremendously wise ancient beings. So I guess they would go with either interpretation of dragons.
I guess. It is also cool. There's the Nightborn, who are not night elves, but for the Horde, you see.
I see. Well, I always thought it was strange how World of Warcraft in so many places just directly rips from fantasy, and more often than not Warhammer fantasy. But they never went with high elves or wood elves. They're like, yo, what if the elves like had horrible blood orgies and shit and turned evil?
Oh, blood elves are already a thing in the Horde. You don't need to unlock them.
Hold up, I gotta step out for a second.
All right. But
Nice.
I remember.
They were the race added with
Burning Crusade.
Burning Crusade. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my introduction to the Blood Elves where so for context, the guy that I played WoW with was Alliance, and back then this meant like huge whatchamacallit, like team loyalty or whatever the fuck. So basically my introduction to the Blood Elves were, there's the Blood Elves, they're pretty, they're gay. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
This was on.
That's what everyone says about elves.
Yeah. Like there were some interesting things. Like I don't think I will ever forget. So we played on this private server, and one of his friends was a or the admin of the server, and he just explained to me. I don't remember. Oh, like they talked about something while I was there, and then he just explained to me like, oh yeah, that guy plays with like nude mods. And then he explained to me how like the guy had a night elf. Oh yeah, that's the context. The guy was an admin, and he just walked around naked, like in the loincloth in the vanilla game. And I asked why. Like he said, the guy has an nude mod on, and night elves have like long horse cocks. So But yeah, like the chances of us ever playing an MMO together, let alone WoW, just any MMO, are slim. But if we ever end up, there's a good chance I will make a Vulpera, because look at this little gnome people.
Yeah, I remember we tried to start up FF14 once, and FF14's reaction was no.
Yeah, at FF14, the reason we didn't play FF14 was because I made an account on FF14, and they expect you to remember the security question. Well, you expect you to remember, like, whatever, both the email and the password, which is whatever, that's basic shit. But then they're like, all right, so remember which security, if you don't remember those, remember which security question you put up, and then remember the answer too. Oh, and also you can only try you can only try different whatchamacallit passwords, like, I don't know, you can only try like 5 a day. And if you don't get it right, then we'll just lock the account down for a day.
Sounds right.
And also, there's no fucking way to circumvent this, which is like, this is an issue that I'm having or I'm facing multiple times with separate things, because like Final Fantasy 14 does this. Discord is actually has this problem too, where when Discord introduced two-factor authentication, it was only through phone numbers. I immediately put it on, Problem is, the phone number I had back then is no longer active.
Yeah.
So I cannot sign in on anything. Like, you know,
Yeah.
if I wanted to get a new phone, then I couldn't put Discord on it because I can't fucking sign in because I don't remember what my password was, and I can't ask for a different password because it will ask me for the two-factor authentication code that will go to a number that doesn't exist anymore.
You might be able to say to it, though, you might still be able to put in, like, I don't have access to that phone anymore. Because I remember
Oh, that's the
I had
thing.
to do
That's
that
the
with
thing
Steam
they,
once.
That's the thing. They give you codes, but you're supposed to copy them down to a fucking paper or something. I forget. I don't have that paper anymore. Like, this is, I put 2FA on everything because it's safer. But there is a point where two-factor authentication is mostly good for locking you out of your own accounts, because like even with Discord, this is a known problem that QR codes can just take your authentication token, and people can get into your account if you just scan a QR code.
Huh.
And then they don't need to know your password or anything. They're just in. So yeah. Anyway, I guess W, your channel.
Oh, I have a channel? Shit,
Sometimes.
what have I done? Yeah, it's going to be alternating days of Phasmophobia and Vermintide. On the group channel, we will be having, tomorrow on the 17th, WWE 2K24 GM Mode, Week 9. On Tuesday, June 18th, presumably we will be releasing FGA. We haven't recorded it yet, but we'll release it.
Yeah.
On June 19th, Wednesday, Payday 2 Part 15. Not today because it's Father's Day, but we got to get back to Robin. June 21st, Street Fighter 6 Part 16. And on June 22nd, my birthday actually, Phasmophobia Part 21.
Oh, I have an image saved up for your birthday. I've been saving it for a year.
Oh boy. That can't be good.
I mean, there's multiple things that I could say that are just rancid. It's none of those. At least I can tell you that. It's none of those. But yeah, I thought about posting it for Pink's birthday as well, but I figured it would lose its luster.
That's still concerning.
It's a gif of Hulk Hogan twerking.
Well, at this point, I think we've all seen some of the stupid Hulk Hogan gifs that came out at some point. What was that one that was him recreating Wrecking Ball?
Oh, that was an advertisement for, what was it? Maybe Pastamania? No, it would have been after Pastamania, but he was.
Pastamania was like the 90s.
What is Pastamania?
Hulk Hogan
Oh,
had a
boy.
restaurant. At some point.
That's right. That's right.
I could almost hear Pink being excited that it would be actually something worth looking at for a second, and then we reminded him that it was Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was definitely an advertisement for something. He was advertising like some food product, if memory serves.
Whoever was decided to advertise something by showing Hulk Hogan's ass, I don't know what's wrong with him.
Yeah. Okay, but imagine if they had Hogan recreate the the Kim Kardashian break the internet image, but it's the hot dog at it. It's advertising hot dogs.
No. So, anyways,
Moving along.
to literally anything else. The topic. Hey, we're recording on Father's Day. So, hey, fictional fathers. Best one,
Yeah.
coolest one.
Yeah.
Whichever.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
You want to know who the best father in all of gaming is?
Who's that?
Bowser. No
Yeah.
contest. Nobody comes close.
The revelation that it's like, nah, he's not really into Peach. He just thinks that his kids need a good father. Granted, it's Mario, so the motivation changes in every entry. But when you combine that with Bowser giving the fucking ad for Super Mario Wonder of him giving Peach the one flower, then it's Elephant Peach. He's like, oh no, now this is a woman.
Gotta get the whole bouquet.
Bowser's also a good boss. You remember the fucking Super Mario RPGs where they reveal, oh yeah, he's got like super good pay and benefits. So the Goombas are like, man, I don't even care if this job kills me. It's worth it how much I get paid until the fucking day he brings me down.
Yeah. Honestly.
He gives paternity leave.
Honestly. Like the best person at all in the entire Mushroom Kingdom.
If he wasn't such a big fan of kidnapping. And
really,
my God,
all the problems of the kingdom would simply be solved if Peach would just acquiesce. It's like, that's world peace.
I'm not sure I want to go in that direction.
It's world peace.
I'm not sure I want to go in this direction. This is Jesus Christ.
But seriously, Bowser, such a good father. Takes his kid out for kart rides like every other year. Keeps him in shape and active with all the sports events they go to and participate in.
Sports events against their mortal enemies, too.
Yeah.
Teaches the kids forgiveness.
Casual competitiveness. It's great. There is no father out there who can measure up to Bowser.
Are you sure about that?
I dare you to name one. Just one.
Well, now that you put the onus on me.
The Galactic Emperor.
What?
No. He's very high on the list for worst.
I know, that's the joke. I just like to imagine. That's your answer. Now that you put the onus on me. Fucking Galactic Emperor.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the guy who had 20 sons as weapons and doesn't care what happens to them. Like, I think that actually in the last couple months they released a new 40K book where the big ultramarine dude finally gets to go to the fucking corpse emperor and is like, oh my God, father, what wisdom do you have to teach me in this time of need? And the emperor is like, oh my God, my favorite weapon is back. This is so good. Now maybe I can fix things. Go fix things, you little shit. And he's just, the Ultramarine dude is just sitting there depressed like, I forgot. He doesn't love us.
How depressing.
Yeah. Oh boy. Ooh. Okay, easy answer, Goofy, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Video game answers. Lee from Walking Dead is also on the short list. Joel is not. There are some weird people who will fight you to the death for that one, I know. But Joel is not on that list.
Happy Father's Day to everybody but Joel.
Happy Father's Day to Joel. Why don't you go golfing? And you are the ball. Ooh, best father from comic books, because there's not a lot of good comic book dads.
There's not a lot of alive comic book dads.
I'm pretty sure Goofy's been in a comic book at least once.
Yeah. Yeah, Disney
had his own comic line at one point. Probably.
And then there's Bruce, which
Alfred Pennyworth, best dad.
Yeah, Pennyworth. There you go, Alfred. Who was the best at being? I guess Superman is a good dad to John Kent. So there you go.
Yeah. Is there anything that man can't do?
Be interesting.
Save his own father. Rather famously.
But hey, he hasn't asked Flash to help him save his father yet. I don't think.
In fairness, that'd be a little bit awkward. I hear my dad's heartbeat from across the world. I hear it get slower. Let me go and let me speed halfway across the world to Central City and ask Flash to help him.
No, see, like I'm assuming that we're not the writers are not letting Clark step into the Flashpoint or whatever the fuck. Because, like, you know, I would
the
say
Flashpoint didn't work too well for Barry either.
True. But, like, you know,
he made New 52, and that was the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, Flashpoint did not work out at all.
Because like
you fucked up.
Yeah. Like, I'm assuming we're supposed to assume that Superman is too good to do time travel, so he goes and asks Barry to do time travel for him.
Well, the actual issue is that the one time Clark, like, even vaguely got into the Speed Force, he could only get into it a little bit, and it fucking sucked. And he was like, I don't know how Barry does this. I'm never doing it again. Fuck this.
Screw that noise.
Yeah, fuck this. I think beyond even messing about with time travel, which is its own separate thing, it's also kind of like, the thing is, everybody needs to be happy Batman doesn't have access to time travel, because you know he'd abuse it.
I thought you were gonna say that they don't let him do time travel so that there won't be happy Batman.
Wasn't there one time where there was? Hang on. Okay, I'm trying to remember. So when they did the Justice League Unlimited version For the Man Who Has Everything, wasn't there something like Batman broke free of the fucking super mind control Mongol plant because he knew that he couldn't be happy?
Not really. It's been a while since I've seen that episode, but if I recall correctly, it's Wonder Woman pulling the whatever it is plant thing off of him and kind of coaxing him out from his hallucinations, his visions. I want to
say.
Go ahead.
I want to say there was at least one instance, though, at some point of somebody brainwashing Batman to think that there's a world where he can be happy, and he went, "No, this doesn't work," and he broke free of it through that. I can't be happy. But then I might be getting mixed up with that comic where they brainwashed that Marvel comic where they brainwashed all the Marvel heroes to think they were going and stopping a meteor from hitting the Earth. Yeah. And they were going to be heroes. And it's, Reed Richards, in his mind, he stopped the meteor with science. And Storm, in her mind, stopped the meteor with a hurricane or something. And then it shows Spider-Man, like, stopping the meteor with webs. And then Peter stops and goes, wait, this doesn't make any fucking sense. I can't stop a meteor.
This is
And
impossible.
he breaks free of the brainwashing and he goes and finds Storm and fucking jaw jacks her. And she's like, what the fuck? I was stopping a meteor from hitting the Earth. And Peter goes, yeah, so is everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's good shit.
I was hoping that instead of stopping the meteor with webs, Spider-Man would just do his patented Spider-Man spot when the meteor crushes him, and then he lifts it up and just throws it out of the Earth's atmosphere.
Throws it back.
Yeah.
Somehow I feel like that's what would happen with like Booster Gold or somebody.
Meteor, Peter throws the meteor back into space. It starts heading towards Booster Gold.
Shit.
But yeah, the only good that I could come up with was Professor Plutonium.
Professor Plutonium is also a good answer. Of course, everybody's fond of that one time where they bring over the one girl. The professor made us on accident in the lab. Oh, Professor, don't feel too bad. My parents say I was an accident too. Professor Plutonium just gets an eye looking at us like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Addy, challenge mode.
Yes.
Least shit dad in Shonen.
Ooh. Probably someone from One Piece, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's gotta be someone from One Piece. Like, Dragon Ball, maybe you can say Vegeta, but Vegeta still kind of abandoned Trunks when Majin brainwashed him.
See, I'm literally at that point in Kakarot right now. And
yeah, that's the thing. It's like people say, like, oh, Vegeta's so much of a better dad than Goku. And
that's
it's like,
the thing, though.
Well, no, he's not.
But that's the thing, though. I don't know if that's how it happened in the whatchamacallit in the show. But Kakarot like retcons everything to be quote unquote better. But you know, Kakarot retcons a lot of stuff like launch existing and Android 21 existing and women existing. But
yeah, I'm noticing a trend here.
But yeah, so during the thing, Vegeta fought Boo, and then Trunks and Goten show up, and he just pulls, he just looks at Trunks, and he's free of the mind. Well, he was never under proper mind control. He was always just like, all right, I'll fight Goku for you, Babidi, because I want to fight Goku. And then Babidi is like, kill the Supreme Kai. Vegeta just goes, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so during all that, Vegeta fought Boo once already. He realizes that he can't beat Boo. So Trunks and Goten show up. He just looks at Trunks and he goes, Trunks, I never hugged you, I don't think. He just pulls him and hugs him, and then he knocks both Trunks and Goten out. Summons Piccolo, tells Piccolo to take them away, and then just blows himself up.
That's how it went in the anime.
Okay. But see, that's...
And to be honest, I only know that because I watched the fucking Boo bits of the bridge where it happens.
Yeah, the thing is that
it's almost like Vegeta's like, Piccolo, I defer to your fathering expertise.
Yes. Group that Piccolo, show up. I need your service.
Piccolo even, it's like, okay, Piccolo's a good dad after he's an asshole to Gohan trying to teach him how to beat the Saiyans.
Yeah. Piccolo was such a... Like, I don't remember... I noticed that some of the side missions are filler from Z. But some of these episodes I didn't see. Because I have watched most of Z. I've watched all of the stuff that was translated before they banned airing Dragon Ball over here. Which the ban has been lifted since then, but you know, whatever. But yeah. So I watched all of the dubbed stuff, and it ends in the middle of the Boo saga. Or like near the end.
Oh!
Like Gotenks fights Boo, and then the series ends. The series is over.
But in Hungarian canon, Gotenks just pulled it off.
in Hungarian canon, Gotenks told Gotenks flipped off Boo, told him to go kill himself, and then the series ended.
That's amazing.
So
I would have preferred it to keep going at least a little bit longer, and like it's just adult Gohan dunks Super Boo. But the issue there is that one of the last dialogue lines in the series would be Gohan saying a word that you are no longer allowed to say anymore.
Slow.
Yeah.
Actually, that line was also, that word was also in the dialogue between Gotenks and Boo. You know, it was a
I guess everyone just forgives Gotenks for saying it because you expect two tweens to combine to say it.
Yeah. With our powers combined, we can say the N-word, and Boo just blows up.
But neither Gohan nor Trunks are black.
That's why he blows up.
Wait, I don't remember for certain. I think Goten might actually date a black chicken super, at least in the new manga. So maybe he's been given the pass.
But see, Boo blows up because they're being so fucking racist. He can't handle it anymore.
And like in the off-screen, you're hearing Piccolo say, Goten!
But yeah. So yeah, Shonen, that's like the problem here is that, like, all right, technically, I guess Naruto's dead. The problem there is that he's dead, but every time that
that's the comic book dad issue.
Yeah, but then every time he's alive, he's a good dad. So I don't know. Like, motherfucker died twice.
Didn't he say to like the other Leaf Ninja guys, hey, can you guys take care of my kid now that I'm dying? And they're like, sure. And then they just treat Naruto like shit.
Yes. No, not all of the other Leaf Ninjas.
Success.
Specifically Hiruzen. Specifically the third Hokage.
Oh, awesome! The fucking third Hokage is a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you know, once again, like every time he comes back to life though, or whatever, like when we see the flashbacks, he's a good dad. When he comes back to life, he breaks through the mind control to be a good dad, and then he dies for Naruto again. So it's complicated. Like Bleach, I'm not sure Ichigo Kurosaki has parents. Like, I don't think I've ever seen them. I don't think they exist. He just formed one day.
Oh shit.
So, you know, I don't think I can talk about the quality of his dad because I'm not sure he exists.
A fiction made up by the government.
Yeah, it's like Sora's dad. Like, Sora doesn't have a dad. Sora has a mom, but you know,
a mom with no corporeal existence. Yes. By the way,
but Sora's mom is a voice. It's like
yes.
Whoa, was it the? No, I don't think it was the Oblongs. Whatever. I remember this. Oh shit! It was. Oh, I remember. So there was this old like Stranger Danger PSA video, and the character's parents were his dad was a voice in his head, and his mom was also just a voice, but she could hop around or something like that between things. Oh no, his dad was like some object, and his mom was a voice. Like, something like that. But yeah, so that just reminded me of that. Like, so Sora's mom is a voice. Sora's dad is, I guess, the Keyblade. Fuck it.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, really, Sora's dad are Donald and Goofy, both of them.
Yeah, well, Goofy's probably better than a lot of dads he could have got.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I'm trying to think, like, all right, fucking Midoriya, whatever his name is, my My Hero Academia boy, he doesn't have a father.
No. Messed up.
It's sounding like there's a lot of similarities here between the anime and the comics and the and all this.
It's almost like anime is mostly based on manga, which are comics.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what other shonen shows there are. Like, okay, outside of like normal battle shonen. Okay, you have fucking Giovanni.
Yeah.
Is he a good father? You know?
Yeah.
Then you have the parents of the Digidestined. I'm not sure of their quality as parents because we don't see them. Just straight up. Like
The Digidestined.
that's the names of the Digimon kids. Just like that's their collective name of like all the Digimon kids that ever existed. Yeah. Like the only Digidestined kid that we see the father of is the guy from the well, that I know of at least, is the guy from the newest series, the horror one, and like that boy, the protagonist boy, is a better father to his Digimon than his father is to him. Mainly because his father fucked off to the virtual world to maybe help Digimon. Like that's the thing. I think we meet him once. Like we see him multiple times as a hologram, but I think they actually meet him once, and he's just like, "All right, son, you got this." That's it.
Got this, son. I believe in you. I will leave forever. You'll never see me again.
Like with Zero, like actually yes, a good shonen that is Hiro Amanakawa from Digimon Ghost game, because he's a very good father to Gamamon, despite being 12.
Good lord.
And I feel like that says a lot about like the state of shonen. Because yeah, like usually parents either don't come into the picture, or they're bad, or they don't exist. Like, you know, it's one of those things like where like you know, if you want to count like surrogate dads, is Kakashi a good dad? I'm not sure. Is he? You know.
Okay, let's see then. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Who knows when the next time is that we'll be doing a podcast on Father's Day itself. Worst fictional dads.
All right, the father from Boraska.
The what?
Charles Xavier.
I don't know. I think the guy I said is worse.
I don't know who you just named.
So
Nor do I.
There's a guy. I don't remember his name. It starts with a W, but whatever. There's the guy. He's from this like internet horror story called Boraska. Boraska is like a thing. It's a story about seemingly supernatural stuff, and then it turns out that it's just people kidnapping and like sex trafficking and shit. Now,
I see.
The father in question is notably bad because, one, he sells off his daughter to the sex traffickers, and then two, becomes a sheriff. Well, he sold the daughter off to become a sheriff, I think, in the town, and one of the things that comes with that is that you get a girl. Can you guess which girl he got? Or he chose, I guess. So yeah.
I see.
Yeah. I'm not sure that there are many worse fictional dads than the guy from Boraska.
Yeah. Well, Let's see. Can we get a funnier answer though? Spider-Man.
What's the? Oh.
Yeah.
You're not wrong there, honestly.
Sacrifice your unborn fetus to Satan.
Yeah. Saturn's a pretty bad fictional dad.
Oh, take a pick of the fucking Greek dads.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the thing is, like, out of the big Greek gods, the only one that's actually not that much of a douche is Hades. But when you think of Hades as a father now, people are going to be thinking of the game Hades, where he is a douche.
Right.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I mean, okay.
Omni-Man?
I feel like Goku's a Joker spot. Or whatever. Like,
He is.
He's in the middle of the bingo board.
He's one of the funnier answers. Because, like, most other bad fictional dads are supposed to be assholes and scumbags. But, like, Goku's not supposed to be an asshole or a scumbag. And at no point is he ever written like Toriyama really thinks he's a bad dad. It's just that he actually is one.
Yes. Hmm. I mean, I guess it's a callback. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Pretty bad dad, all things considered.
I suppose so, yeah. Is he anyone's actual biological father, or is it just for him being a shit, doing a shit job taking care of Naruto?
Well, he is the biological father of Asuma, who we don't know how he's raising, but we do know how he's raising Asuma's. Well, I think he's Asuma's, I forget. But whatever, Konohamaru. And Konohamaru is also being raised like Naruto. Like, I think that's just how he raises people. Like, Konohamaru is like half a step better than Naruto because he has an attendance being there at all times. But, like, that's not much better, you know?
No.
Like, he's literally paying a guy to be a father instead of him. I think that, you know.
Oh boy.
I think anyone who ever played Fallout 4 more than likely ends up shooting Sean one way or another. Eventually. Inevitable. So he could probably put the sole survivors on the bad father list.
See, you're incorrect because I didn't shoot Sean. I went into his house with a Gundam suit and sliced him in half.
Either way, Sean does not live to see the end.
No. Oh, that's, you know. Have you guys seen that clip? I don't remember what YouTuber it was that as soon as father entered the room, they fucking executed him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, other bad father. Shinji's dead.
Okay, you're just naming off anime characters I don't know.
I mean, I haven't seen Evangelion.
Who is Shinji?
Evangelion, Eva Shinji. Getting the fucking robot Shinji.
Yeah, that's a good. Yep, that's correct. Mm-hmm. He's on the list.
Literally getting the fucking robot Shinji, man. Him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And all of it because he wants to see his dead wife, but then he gets to see his dead wife, and his dead wife's like, "You suck. You're the worst."
Yeah.
And it's true because he is the worst.
I can think of any more. Depending on the timeline, Logan.
Logan's pretty bad. He's killed more children than he's not.
That's a fact.
Like, he's actually... I listed off Omni-Man, but there's also Homelander.
There's also Slade.
Slade's also a good pick. Has Slade killed any of his kids?
At this point, probably.
Funnily enough, no, he is not. At least,
yeah, I think everyone else has killed his kids, though.
Yeah, every other one of his kids has died, but yeah, he has not been the cause of any of those deaths for the most part.
Well, didn't Slade lose his eye because his wife shot him for blaming him for Jericho getting muted?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I thought that was how Slade lost his eye. Was his wife put it out after Jericho lost his voice?
I don't know the backstory behind that one.
Huh.
I just assumed he popped it out because he didn't feel like he needed it. Made life easy.
Wanted the challenge. Oh boy. I feel like with comic books in particular, you're just spoiled for choice. There's far more bad dads than there are good.
Yeah. Norman Osborn.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
Wait a fucking moment.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. I mean, not even just Western comics, because there's Dio, who's, up there.
Yeah, Dio's.
But even worse, there's the boss from part 5. Yes.
Yeah. Squid Hair Man. Oh yes. Boy, there's also... Aren't like half the Joestars just non-existent parents? Like they just ran off before the kid was even born?
Jotaro is an absent dad. Joseph is...
Isn't Jotaro an absent dad to 2 different kids? No, he's only Jolene's dad. That's right.
That's Jota, if you want to count him.
Good lord.
Jota is the son he had with Kakyoin. He came from an egg.
I see.
But yeah, aside from Jota and Jolene, I guess he doesn't have any other children, no. Joseph depends, because Joseph was a good dad to Jotaro's mom. But Joseph also wasn't there for Josuke. So I guess he's 50-50.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like once again, Dio, he didn't care about shit, so like it makes sense that like he'd be a bad dad, he'd be an absent dad at least, which that's what he was. Like he wasn't worse than absent. I feel like how am I fucking forgetting his name? Whatever, the boss from part 5. He's worse because he actively tried killing his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also, like, if you wanna count him, Father Pucci, that isn't his name.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's another one. Castlevania's Dracula.
Yeah. But wait, the what should we call it? The games or the 80s cartoon one?
Yes. I've not seen a second of the 80s cartoon, but I'll just assume that it's bad.
The only clip I've seen of the 80s cartoon is Dracula yelling at Alucard. Alucard is like this green dude, bro. He has sunglasses on and bleach blonde hair, and he's skateboarding, and he's yelling at Alucard to stop skateboarding in the castle.
This sounds amazing. I had no idea Castlevania had so much depth.
When are they giving Alucard his better than that skateboard weapon? So, yeah.
Yeah. We're all dumb. Everything. It's all dumb.
Nothing means anything.
Humanity.
Nothing means anything. Embrace nihilism.
Did you say embrace nihilism?
Nihil.
I thought you said embrace nihilism.
Become Nickelback. Return to Chet Kroger.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to think of like other bad dads. I guess here's a question: is Mr. Roshi a good dad or a bad dad? Goku.
Yeah. Okay, do you know who fits in both categories?
Who?
Kratos.
Yeah.
He's head of the pack in both categories. Jesus Christ. Ugh. All right.
I'm not sure I know more bad dads or good dads for that matter, but you know. Who is the most dad you know?
Who's the most dad?
Yeah.
Goofy's again pretty high up there. Goofy's again pretty high up there.
I feel like Tim Allen.
Yeah.
He's pretty up there when you're trying to find the most dead. Like he's pretty dead.
Yep.
Pink.
Oh, I had a good one a moment ago. Fuck.
I don't have a good most dad, I don't think.
John Goodman and Roseanne. John Goodman in a lot of things, really.
I guess depending on the whatchamacallit, the like location and time, El Bundy.
Yeah. I'd put him up in the worst category.
I mean, he's also pretty dead. Like just because he's bad doesn't mean that he's also not just dead in general. Sadly.
Yeah.
Similarly, Homer. Which season?
Huh?
Who knows?
Yeah. There are episodes where Homer is great, and there are episodes where Homer is terrible.
But there's one thing tying them all together: domestic abuse.
Yeah. It's either the funny kind or the horrible kind, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, best dad, Uncle Iroh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good pick. See, now we're looking for the deep pools, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, I got another worst dad pick.
Yeah.
Michael from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Michael is a bit too influenced by the world he's in. Like, everyone is the worst in that.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, his kids, that all the blame on those kids probably goes straight to Michael.
Yeah, if Michael wasn't, whoring and gambling his money away and just being kind of an irritable asshole who seems to only really care about movies.
So Michael is what you're saying.
Okay. Now, conversely,
Yeah.
another Rockstar pick, but for the best dad category.
John.
Yeah. Which John's not there for the first couple of years. So in fairness, he's not a perfect dad. But by the end of Red Dead 2, when Arthur's finally got him to shape up, John's good.
Yeah. Worst dad. Fucking, Dutch.
Yeah, that's another super good pick because that one's explicit. He is explicitly Arthur and John's dad.
Yeah.
And who's the black chick? Because those three were pretty well supposed to be raised together. Tilly. There we go. He's more or less explicitly the father of all those three, and he did a shit job. It's honestly kind of astounding that the three of them all came out as relatively healthy and sane as they did. Though that can probably. Any of the good aspects of the parenting, you could probably just credit to Hosea.
Yeah, I mean the thing there is that like you gotta assume that like even years later, before his death, John would hear the word mangoes and shivers would go down his spine.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't seen by the time of Red Dead 1, he hasn't seen Dutch, like other than the one incident on the mountain with Micah. He's not seen Dutch in like 12 years, and still when Dutch says, I got a plan, John. John's immediate response is, you've always got a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one that's set from the same game. Go ahead. Yeah. Did Soul Cal 5 have any of the characters turn out to be good dads?
I'm not sure who even had offspring. Like Killick
Because Killick had like 8.
Killick had 1. Killick had the but Killick had 2. Killick had the girl who is not Changhua and Monkey Boy.
Okay, he's a bad person, but he's in the good dad category. Raphael.
Yeah.
That is a man who will burn the whole fucking world down for his daughter.
Which Raphael?
Raphael's great.
Soul Calibur Raphael.
Oh, Raphael, right. I don't know why I thought of the fucking Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, I don't know that he has any.
I'm not sure any of the Ninja Turtles qualify.
Yeah, like it would have to be in a timeline where the fifth female turtle exists.
Oh, the Venus.
Yeah.
Bananarama.
By the way, Venus is their sister. Well,
never mind.
Or she's not. They can decide. Like the series ran for like 20 episodes, and in the 20 episodes, she was both their sister and a love interest, and they can decide which one's true.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sounds like they had a lot of great ideas in that season that lasted for 20 episodes and it was canceled.
That's the thing. The show ran for like 3 seasons, but 90% of the series was just whatchamacallit, those like clip show episodes.
I simply do not believe you.
But I can look this up. TMNT,
I would rather you.
Power of the Ooze or something like that.
Power of the Ooze just sounds wrong.
Oh, Addy, how did it not occur to us? Best dad, Terry Bogard. Worst dad, Geese Howard.
Ah, yeah.
Like, it's only unofficial, non-canon instances of Geese and Rock ever meeting, but every time Geese is just a piece of shit.
Alright, I'm actually wrong. It's not Power of the Ooze. That's the second arcade game. The series was called Next Mutation. and they became more mutated, as the name implies. Okay, I was wrong. It only had one season of 26 episodes.
That's 26 episodes more than I was expecting it, or than it deserved.
And I remembered her name right. So listen to this. Listen to the classic fucking Ninja Turtles lineup of Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Venus de Milo.
Yep. That's the thing that always got me, was throwing on the De Milo afterwards. Like, no, she can't be the only one that gets a surname.
Yeah. Everyone's last name is Mario.
Okay. 2 from the same series. Worst dad, Big Boss.
Yeah.
Best dad.
Oh,
Despite the
I
fact,
thought he was both of them.
well, no, no, Big Boss is losing that competition hard.
No, I thought you said I thought you meant that you were gonna say two bad dads from the same series and just said Big Boss.
Too bad, dad. He won the contest twice.
I mean, there's Big Boss and there's also Big Boss, you know.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And they are both pretty bad dads.
However, best dad, in spite of the fact that, for one thing, not the biological father. For another thing, not even male. But nonetheless, best dad, the boss.
Yeah. Also, another
The
from
boss
the same,
is not.
another birthday from the same series, Huey.
Ooh, Huey's pretty fucking awful. Huey, though, is more in the lead for worst husband.
I feel like Huey would be the runner-up to the guy from Baraska. You know.
Huey's in general just in the runnings for worst human in fiction.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Kojima ever made any. Like, Kojima made more horrible people for the world at large, of course. Kojima never made anyone as personally despicable as Huey.
I can't wait for the next one in Death Stranding 2, Good Batman.
I guess that's one for. That's one for best dad. Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
Yeah. I still can't believe that he genuinely named the character Hot Cold Man. Like, that's.
It's the best, isn't it?
The thing is that, like, every time I saw it, I was like, oh, he probably, like, you know, he probably, like, named the character something that's very obviously telling of their person. But, like, that's a meme. No, it wasn't a meme. He's actually called Hot Cold Man.
Yes, because he's obsessed with the Cold War and it getting hot, so he's Hot Coldman. What was the name of the dude with the skull mask in Death Stranding?
It's Cool Death Man.
I wish, but
asexuals are a birth defect, man. Actual things are in Death Stranding, by the way.
Good lord.
Yeah. They had to they had to patch the game so they don't say that. Like, Kojima had to issue a statement, I think. You know?
And just simply saying, whoops!
How'd that get in there?
Now I fucked up! How could this happen?
But yeah, I don't know. The only thing I know about Death Stranding is that I've seen like 10 minutes of gameplay and I went, yup, that sure is a video game, I suppose.
On my short list of games you should never play, Death Stranding's pretty up there. A game that it takes pride in being as like mundane and drawn out as possible. All right. So,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where does Virgil fall?
Virgil's in worse dad. That's in fairness, he didn't know until the last minute, but he's still in worse dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because he didn't know. Where is Bayonetta on this worst dead list?
I have no reason to believe that Luca is a bad dad at all, but I'm still putting him on worst dad list because just fuck him.
Just because he exists.
Yeah, fuck him. I retroactively despise him in the other games. I didn't like him in the other games to begin with, but I now retroactively despise him in the other games because of Bayonetta 3.
See, that's just how, like, imagine this feeling, but instead of one character, it's the entire fucking game, and that's me with the RPG Creed and Origins specifically. Well, like, I played Origins and I went, this is fine. It's not like, it's not what you call it? Like, it's not what I want out of the series, but there could be an improvement made here. And then I played Odyssey and I went, you know what? No, fuck Origins. It should burn.
The funny thing about playing Gotham Knights is that, like, of course, the Assassin's Creed Origins, the Arkham. And, like, I've never gotten into any of the Assassin's Creed RPGs. I started Origins once. I played, like, the first half an hour, and I just kind of got bored, and I was like, And I closed the game, and I uninstalled. But, like, playing Gotham Knights, even though I'm enjoying Gotham Knights, I'm nonetheless seeing a lot of mechanics here and going, yeah, I can see why Eddie hates this. Like, so I will say, it's much less noticeable in Gotham Knights, because Gotham Knights, the RPG mechanic, becomes entirely irrelevant rapidly because they put in a bunch of systems that just break the RPG mechanics altogether.
Yeah. See, in Origins, in Origins they were nice enough so that not only can you not ignore the RPG mechanics, but then they later patched in level scaling for the enemies.
So that's the weird thing is the Gotham Knights has level scaling, but the level scaling doesn't account for your actual strength. It just accounts for where you probably should be about here, we guess. And no, that's way back behind where I am now. And Nightwing does not give a shit. He drops into the crowd of enemies and he's one-shotting like half of them.
Yeah, see, with the Assassin's Creed stuff, they just made it so level scaling only works one way, which is to say that the lower level enemies go up to your level, but you don't go down. Which is my favorite implementation of level scaling. But then also the thing is that, like, the loot is Diablo-like in the sense that you get a fuck ton. Not as much as Odyssey, but still it's more than I would prefer. And also, it's like someone looked at Diablo and went, "Hey, how can we make this worse?" So all of the things that they do don't matter. It is the point one plus damage stuff that they give you.
Oh man, and it's the thing I will always love, and by love I mean hate, about level scaling. Well, there's a lot of things I will hate about level scaling, but this I at least love in an ironic, stupid fucking way. Whenever in Skyrim you see a person has gotten to super high levels. I've never gotten to super high levels in Skyrim, but I've seen other people get to super high levels, and they walk down a fucking country road. And out walks a crap bandit in super duper legendary elven gear with the fucking blade that smites the gods and a shield that could block a fucking nuke. And he's like, give me $50 or die.
See, I thought you were going to say that he was on the countryside and then encounters Slayer of Gods, Destroyer of Worlds, Mud Crab.
That would be better if the mud crabs start wearing the gear. I mean, it's never going to get better than Morrowind having a talking mud crab as a merchant you can find out in the woods who pays listed price for all goods. And you can ask him, why are you exist? And the mud crab, like, just honestly responds, I think, like, Morrowind didn't have voice dialogue, but nonetheless they type out, like...
The mud crab responds, no, you...
I want to say, if memory serves, they phonetically typed out for the mud crab to have a New York accent. So the mud crab is like, "Oh no, man! Sometimes things just is." Anyway, hey, so you gonna buy something? I forget if they gave him a hat. I don't remember because I'm getting it mixed up with Skyrim adding the fucking gentleman mud crab mod.
Oh yeah. I'm still trying to think. Because I had a bet dead, but then I forgot who it was.
Okay, in the best dad category, even though it doesn't work out for him, Don Corleone from Godfather.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't work out for him, but he tried. Okay, in wrestling. Who have we got in wrestling, right?
Worst dad.
Vince worst dad. Ric Flair worst dad.
Yeah, I was about to put Ric Flair out there.
And both of them are kind of just legit. Like, shoot, that's not even fiction. They're just actually bad dads.
Yeah, that's shoot. Okay, not worst dad, but Rey Mysterio is a bad father.
Yeah, I was about to say worked worst dads. Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Can't wait to go home, play WWE 13 and beat my kids. Whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah.
I still think that like one of these days he should just print like that tweet out as a shirt and just wear it. That's his new merch.
I mean, it's been pointed out before. Ray's willing to do the job to anyone except seemingly his own son.
Yeah, he needs to earn it. Which honestly might genuinely be it. He might like this might be some like lucha shit that we just don't understand.
Oh, I think there's a very good chance that Ray's last WWE match will be versus Dom, and Dom will retire him.
No.
I don't think Ray will retire in WWE. I think Ray will probably work down in Mexico till he's 70, but his last WWE match will almost certainly be against Dom.
In his last WWE match, the Dom fucking impales Ray with a sword, and then rips off his mask and puts it on his face. I'm trying to think of like. Okay, both Kurt Angle and Hulk Hogan, bad fathers. I mean, Hulk Hogan shoot, but Kurt Angle worked bad father of Abyss.
Yeah, but at the same time, Kurt Angle worked good father for Jason Jordan. Once they found out, I guess.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a confirmation on the quality of a father that Mark Henry has been to Hand Henry?
Good.
Okay.
A good father, you know.
They had
Henry turned out just fine.
Yeah, they had Hand come back and do a spot once that I remember, and yeah, it seemed like Mark was a good father.
Okay, here's another one for best fathers list from wrestling. Dusty.
Absolutely.
About his actual blood, yes.
Well, that was Roman's point, but boy, Cody wouldn't have you believe in it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Dusty was probably like shoot a good dad, but you know, it worked father Dusty, like he was good to Dustin, and then when Dustin failed, he went fuck Cody.
Here's one for best fathers from wrestling. Ted DiBiase.
Oh yeah.
All right, sons, let's spread the wealth around, huh? Everybody gets their fair share.
Well, you gotta remember his theme song. Everybody's got a price. Everybody's gotta pay.
Mm-hmm. Because the $1 Million Man always gets his way.
That's right.
They're just in the paying phase of the song.
Yeah. You know, he may be screwed up in some other ways, but Bob Orton. I mean, it's always going to be one of the best shots in wrestling. Will be Randy and Bob posing back to back, doing the Orton pose. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good fodder, honestly.
Okay, you know who's another one pick for the worst list? Remember, y'all, it's canon that Paul Heyman is supposed to be Kane's father.
Wait, hold up. What?
Oh, you don't remember that?
I have no recollection of this.
Taker and Kane are supposed to be half brothers because they have the same mom, but Paul Heyman is Kane's father.
Ah.
Wait, did I say Paul Heyman? I meant Paul Bearer. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, to me,
something came out during the
white
invasion
guys. I'm
that I
sorry.
blanked out on, but yeah, I remember the Paul Bearer and Paul Bearer and Kane connection.
Yeah,
that would also be an amusing twist.
Kane comes back. I've always been extreme. He's wearing he's dressed like Jeff Hardy. I just like imagining Kane with the fucking the arm warmers that are like, you know, like the fucking ripped arm warmers or whatever the fuck. Shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What category does Christian fit into?
He's a best father by far.
I mean, does Christian have kids?
Oh no, Addy! Do you not know about what Christian's been up to in AEW?
Oh, he's terrorizing people with dead dads. Yes.
Yeah, and saying now he's turned it into, "But I'll be your dad."
Ah.
And I love specifically him doing it with Nick Wayne, and it's like almost entirely because, hey, by the way, your mom's hot.
Well, I guess it depends. I'm assuming bad, just like going off of wrestling storylines of yore. I would assume bad father, but he might be good. Who knows?
Isn't he like now pretending to be Luchasaurus's father, even though Luchasaurus is like, I don't know, the same age?
I think so.
Okay, he has his flaws, but I'm gonna make a pick for best dad, Taz.
Taz?
Now we can talk about how quality of a son Hook is, but
I mean, he taught Hook his best moves. The Tazplex.
Kata Hajime.
Yeah. Commentator.
Hook's building up to his finish, going to commentary.
Yeah. But yeah.
Trying to think on the Japan side, but in Japanese wrestling, most of the guys that had kids that went into wrestling kind of turned out to be shit.
The dads or the kids? Both.
The kids.
Ah.
Believe it or not, Ricky Dozan's son went into wrestling, and he got jobs just for being Ricky Dozan's son, but he sucked. He sucked bad.
I mean, I'm trying to think like both shoot and worked. And like, wait, by the way, is Hook actually Taz's son? Because I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, he is?
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how Taz produces that. Because, like, my God,
I'm gonna
like,
guess that Hook looks a lot more like his mom than he looks like his dad. Because he does not look like his dad at all.
No, other than being short.
I mean, he certainly is carrying on his dad's string gear of fuck all.
Guys, how did it not occur to us? The fucking Hall of Fame of worst dads. Fritz von motherfucking Eric.
Yeah.
You can't say he's the worst dad. He only killed most of his sons. Kevin made it out alive.
Hey, that's 1 out of 7.
Yeah. That's maybe a passing grade in some countries.
Look, he was having a bad decade.
Yeah,
He'll do better next time.
it had to be multiple. There's over a decade in age difference between his first son and his last. Oh, Jesus.
I almost wanna say Nightheart, just because of the state of Natalia.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that Natty says that Jim Neidhart was the best. Natty has said that Jim Neidhart was better than Brett. And, like, okay, by all means, Natty's word isn't worthless. But, I mean, Natty's got some issues, and we all know that Jim enjoyed himself some nose candy. Then there's Stu. I don't know what to think of Stu. Like, I don't know. I guess he was good. Was he good to Brett? I don't remember Brett ever talking much about Stu, other than, oh yeah, my dad loved to twist people.
Yeah, from what I understand, Stu was a bad dad. Like, he wasn't horrible, but we wouldn't consider him good under most circumstances.
Yeah.
Like, I guess a couple steps removed from just being absent, I guess.
Like, every story I've ever heard any of the Hearts tell was never Stu being a father to them. It was, oh yeah, I used to always hear Stu beating the shit out of people in the basement.
Yeah.
I've heard more of the Hearts talk about good experiences with the bear than Stu.
Bear? Nah, he was a good father.
Yeah.
You know? If you were all alone in the forest, would you rather meet a bear was too hard?
I mean, that bear was supposed to be pretty chill, but I know Stu could take my arm off if he wanted to. Fucking twist it off like a chicken leg.
No matter which encounter I pick, I'm probably not walking away with all my limbs.
Yeah.
If I walk away
Supposedly
at
the
all.
bear was pretty chill as long as you had ice cream. You drop the ice cream and run. Okay. Rikishi. Good dad.
Bad kids, yes.
Good dad, bad kids.
Roman to the other bloodline members. Bad.
The Rock. To wrestling. Bad.
Yeah. And his daughter's a Tumblr kid. Super hard.
Uh-huh. Well,
I don't know if she still does, but for the longest time, her Twitter avatar was the vampire chick from Adventure Time.
Marceline.
Uh-huh.
I mean, props. Marceline was the best character in Adventure Time, so
Anyone who has a guitar axe is a winner.
yeah. I also liked how they were like, oh, she's a vampire, and she's like, hey, I'm a vampire. I suck red, and then she just sucks the red out of an apple.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, suck red. I heard suck rad. I'm like, what? Rad? Yeah, that sounds pretty rad. I don't understand it, but I'm down for it.
I bet you are.
Sadly, think she's a lesbian, so, or at least bi. I'm not sure.
I can't blame her.
Good for bubblegum, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I just looked over to the wrestling thread, and we got another Worst Dad Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Peter Griffin.
Ah, yeah. Do you all remember that episode where Meg has enough of has had enough of their abuse and wants to leave, and then the world ends nearly, and the world just tells Meg, "No, you need to get abused. That's how the world will not end. They need you to get abused." Brian says these words, by the way.
Of course he does. Right before he says there is no God. Hi, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, with adult animation, you got a mix, right? Because Homer's mostly pretty good, has his bad days, mostly pretty good. Then there's Hank Hill. Hank Hill's one of the best.
Yeah.
And then there's Peter Griffin.
I feel like Cleveland was a good dad. Like, I remember him being a good dad. To his two sons that weren't the one that he had in Family Guy.
Yeah. Wasn't there a bear?
No, that's Brickleberry, I think. No, wait, there was a bear in Cleveland show, yes. But because that's where my fucking bit comes from. But whenever there's a roster of characters that you can choose from, I check if there's a playable bear in any sort, so I can make the joke of there's new friends and old friends and even a bear.
Does Seth MacFarlane need help?
I don't know.
Probably.
The bear was better Peter. By the way, that was his character. He was Peter Griffin if he wasn't shit.
Okay.
So yeah. Stan Smith. I guess he's a good dad.
My memory of American Dad for like, I don't know, the 5 episodes I saw was he wasn't nearly like Peter, so
yeah,
granted, that's a low bar to clear.
Yeah, my memory of American Dad is that like he was closer to Homer than Peter. Like, he was clueless and did bad things because he was clueless, but otherwise wanted to help his family.
Yeah. Pink, where's the uncle dude from Gravity Falls fit?
Uncle Stan?
I don't think Grunkle Stan is in the best dad category, but he's certainly not the worst dad.
Yeah, he's closer to good than bad.
Yeah. By far.
Then I say, having only watched like the first 2 seasons of Gravity Falls.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, there's only 3 or 4, maybe at most.
I feel like there's 4 or 5 because like by the time that they
I thought there was only 3.
I don't remember. I just know that there was a point where they started doing the bit with the pyramid guy, and I saw none of that.
I want to say that was season 3, wasn't it? That was the whole series where they started running into the Eldritch horror pyramid dude.
I believe that's correct. There should only be 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. I might be.
Yeah.
It was a pretty short-lived, short run for a show, only a few years long.
And wouldn't that have also been around the time that they summoned J.K. Simmons?
Yes.
Man, J.K. Simmons is an instant winner anytime you cast him in a voice role, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna make combustible lemons.
That
All
sounds
about
delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, except for the part where it lights you on fire.
Okay. Technically, technically this could go either way. Venom.
Ooh.
Because Eddie Brock with the Venom symbiote in a tandem is good dead, but Venom the symbiote alone, I guess bad dead because he killed his children.
Yeah, but his son is Carnage.
Carnage and the other ones.
Well, he's all right with Toxin, I guess. Is Toxin even still around?
No.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought they got
Wait.
rid of him at some point because they realized how
They
stupid it
definitely
was to
got
just...
rid of him, but I think he actually got brought back a few years, and by a few years I mean like a decade ago, and then probably fell off the face of the earth again.
Yeah, because the thing is, you can't tell an interesting story about the strongest symbiote who is also the most goodest. That's one of those characters. I remember when I found out about Toxin when I was like 11. I was like, oh, it's like Venom, but stronger, and he's a good guy. Oh, it's so cool. And that passed.
Oh, bad dead, Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Really? Would you say so?
Well, Deadpool. Well, I'm basing this off of his one comic run that I read that got Captain Hydra. But like,
Oh, yeah, that would be the problem.
because like in
For the
that,
longest time, Deadpool's only redeeming feature was that he was good with kids.
I mean, he was still good with kids, and then he killed his family. You know.
Yeah, that's the Captain Hydra thing. That's just Marvel editorial telling them hit the reset button, make Deadpool go back to being a sadomasochistic Joker.
Yeah. Because like otherwise,
Like that's just generally a Marvel editorial issue. Like I mean, when we say one more day makes Spider-Man one of the worst parents, that's funny. No one here considers One More Day to be the real Spider-Man.
Yeah.
One More Day is editorial artifice.
But yeah, like because otherwise he was a good dad. But then Captain Hydra. What if you wanted to be a good dad, but God said Captain Hydra?
Yep.
Worked for Deadpool, worked for Punisher.
Fuck me. All right, well, I don't want to talk anymore. I'm going to go sit in my angry chair.
Understandable.
Addie, say bye. Please.
I'm trying to logic out like, okay, is Goken a good dad or a bad dad?
Goken? Oh.
Because Goken is a good dad when he's not absent. The thing is, he faked his death and was absent for 15 years at least.
Did they ever give an explanation for why Goken just fucked off for that long?
No.
I'll assume it's just going to be one of those situations of like he had his reasons, I guess. But in fairness, also, Addie, you have to remember Ryu and Ken are adults.
Well,
by the time of Alpha already, they're adults.
Aren't they like 16 in Alpha?
Well, they looked like adults in Street Fighter 1, which is before Alpha.
I chalked that up to shitty sprite work.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, Ken's already on the cusp of marrying Eliza by the time of Alpha.
It was the 80s.
No, it wasn't. It was the mid-90s.
Ah.
I mean, Ryu and Ken were definitely prettier in Alpha, but I mean, I assume they at the very least be in the range of 19 to 23 or 24 at that time.
See, I assume that they were like 16 to like at most 18, but that's pushing it. In Alpha.
Okay, what are their listed birth dates in 2? Because I know those don't apply anymore to broader Street Fighter canon because it would make Ryu goddamn 60. But at the time of the game's release in 93, what age would they have been for Street Fighter 2?
I'm looking it up. July 21st, 1964.
64 for Ryu?
Yeah, Ryu.
Well, Street Fighter 2 came out in 93, right?
I don't remember.
I'll look it up.
Ken is a year younger.
Hang on. Okay, Street Fighter 2 was 91. So at the time of Street Fighter 2, Ryu would have been 27. And Ken would have been 26. Now, Alpha is before Street Fighter 2, but not by a huge amount.
Yeah, between 1 and 2. God knows when 1 was.
Yeah. So, and we can assume there's not much time between Alpha and 2, because of course Nash dies during Alpha, and that's Guile's entire motivation in 2 to be like, oh, I gotta fucking get Bison, and one would assume Guile wouldn't be taking his sweet time with it.
I don't know, that also depends, because it was a trope around that time to be like, oh, he killed my partner 10 years ago. I must take revenge now.
Yeah, but how much time would Bison wait after Alpha to start up a tournament to gather up the world's Street Fighters and beat them up?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Is the thing, like, Bison's an enigma.
Yeah. I mean, presumably 2, 4, 5 all take place in relatively quick succession. With maybe just enough time between 4 and 5 for Bison's hair to go gray.
Yeah.
But, like, the big time jumps in Street Fighter don't seem to come in until you get to the situation of the jump from 5 to 3 is probably quite big because Akuma starts to go gray. Ken has a kid, or, well, the kid's grown up some. And most of the Street Fighters have seemingly got distracted by other things. And then, of course, there's a big jump between 5 and 6 because Akuma's grown out a long, full head of gray hair. Ryu spent God knows how long training in the mountains with Oro. And Ken, of course, Ken's kid is way older by the time of 6. Yeah, Ken lost his money on NFTs.
I didn't look him up, but I gotta assume that if you look up Akuma's like birth date, it just says he's absolutely fucking ancient, and that's it.
I would assume they'd have stopped doing birth dates by the time by the version of Street Fighter 2 that added Akuma.
I can check. I mean, the thing is that, like, even if they were doing it, I'm assuming it says unknown. Well, that thing came up immediately. So, do you want to hear Akuma's measurements? Because that's something that I found, but not his birth date.
His what?
His measurements.
Oh.
So that you know that that hot topic, you need to get him the fucking bras that covered his double D's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but birth date is unknown. Like I figured.
That makes sense. Wait, what's Cammy's? Cammy's probably the youngest character on Street Fighter 2's cast, right?
Good question. I also
74. Oh shit! She's a decade younger than Ryu? Okay, so wait, then. Okay, I assume that must be adjusted for Champion Edition's release then. Because that wouldn't. Cammy's not 17 at the time of fucking Street Fighter 2. There's no way. Okay, if it's adjusted for Super Street Fighter 2, which it probably is, then that would make her 19 in Street Fighter 2. Okay, so Alpha must not be going that far back then, because Cammy's not fucking 13 in Alpha.
Yeah.
So Cammy, let's assume at her youngest in Alpha is 16. So that's a maximum of 3 years' time between Alpha and 2.
Yeah.
Which would mean that Ryu at his youngest in Alpha would be 24, and Ken at his youngest would be 23.
Yeah. Capcom just went to the future and saw that like fucking the generation after Gen Alpha will still look like babies when they're 50. It took that as inspiration, I guess.
Okay, now I'm curious what the hell Chun-Li's age is.
Unknown.
68. So she would be by the time of let's see. By 91, if she was born in 68, then she would be 23. So there is 4 years of age difference between her and Ryu. You find this scintillating, don't you, Pink?
I don't even know what games we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Anyway, Bison.
You know, Pink must be deep in the stupor when Cammy's name being invoked can't rouse him.
Yeah.
I understand the names. I just don't know what Street Fighter Alpha is, what 1 is, what the timeline is between 1 and 4.
Alpha is the one that all of the Marvel vs. Capcom sprites were taken from.
And you know which one is because you saw me beat Sagat in it. We yelled, both of us.
Ah, this is true.
One is the smelly one.
Yes.
All right. Well, now we've done the math, and Goken disappeared when Ryu and Ken were probably in their early 20s.
I guess so.
Science, bitch.
Science does science things, I think.
All right. Oh, I gotta go celebrate Father's Day with my dad.
That sounds good.
If you refuse to end the podcast, I will simply leave.
Bye.